friends, it's Peg, and I am here to talk about my muse. And my muse right now is telling me that I have way too many magazines and things in my collection. So, what I do, I have these things beside my chair upstairs, and I'll look at them and I'll figure out, okay, what do I want to order? What's of interest to me for an article, that kind of thing. And then I start looking at them for imagery that I might want to use in my collage work. Like, I really like this picture of these jars. So I might want to use that image. So I'm not going to be fancy about it. I'm just going to take a ruler and rip that out. And that's going to go into my collage fodder. So I've got a box over here. And I don't want to collect too much stuff at one time. I've got a small box here that's empty. And I'm just going to go through my magazine and find the things that I want to work with here. Now, many of us get all of this kind of stuff in the mail, and we figure out what we like, what we don't like. I don't save a lot of this stuff. It just doesn't appeal to me. What I do, I'm looking through here. Here's a nice dark page, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that one will come out, but let me show you what I'm talking about. I like to take a stencil, just any stencil will do. Let's see, I want something that's got kind of an open pattern to it. So let's pick, I thought I had one with letters here. I do. Here we go. There's one with letters. So I've got this one. It has words and letters. And I'm just going to put that underneath my page. And I'm going to grab, because I want to alter this, I'm going to grab a file. This is just a cheap file from the dollar store. And I can alter parts of this page here by doing so. Now, I'm still seeing an awful lot of this image through here. So I don't think that's a really good candidate. But this area down here that's really dark might be a much better place for me to do this. And you don't have to have great big pieces. I many times will, and I've got several different tearing tools. This one is from Westcott. It's got different decal edges. So like if I'm tearing a piece like this, it gives a nice decal edge to it. I also have just a straight edge triangular one. It's got all the different measurements on it. And then, if I go back here, I also have a metal ruler. And you can see, here's one where I took a stencil and I was just going through the book with my stencils and creating some altered pieces. Here's another dark piece that I like. Let's see if I can get a brick look on this one. Oh, gotta turn that over. So you're getting these darks, and I like to use these in my collage work. It's just really handy to have some of these things ready to glue down in your journal. So I hope your muse is talking to you. I hope you're starting off the new year right. My new year says you've got too much stuff of some things and not enough of others. And so one of the things that I thought I needed was to go through these magazines, do this kind of work in preparation, and then get rid of the rest of this, because we don't need that stuff sitting around. Now here's images that, I got these from event that I went to. And this type of thing because it's already a colored image, I can just, take that image, cut it out. I like those words, cut those out. Each one of these little components can be glued onto something. So I can cut that. I don't have, you can take your time. And some of this I might set aside for an evening of just fussy cutting, or like if I'm sitting around chatting with some of my friends, I can take something like this with me and just do my cutting. But I don't need to store this because this is an old catalog. This is from 2016. And, they've got new stuff out. I don't need to keep all this old stuff. But it has a lot of this fun imagery. They did a great job putting these catalogs together and creating the imagery to make you want to buy these stamps and use them, right? So I'm thinking, well, why not use that in one of my journals? And you don't even have to keep the whole image intact the way that it was on there. Suppose I decide I don't want all this fussy stuff, but I do like this flower. I don't have to keep this portion because I have a die and I have a punch and all of that, and I could punch those pieces. I don't have to fussy cut that. So I can just cut around this flower and keep that portion like so. And I don't even have to be that careful about how I'm cutting it. I mean, you guys can take your time and do it right, but this is just for purposes of demonstration for you. And, you can run this through a sticker machine. You can make a sticker out of it. Glue stick works real well on this sort of thing. But you can see I've got my work cut out for me. Just saving images like this to go into my artwork. So that's another type of magazine you may have. Here I have several that I picked up. I've got magazines like this, where it's got really cool imagery on it. This is a Smithsonian that I picked up in a secondhand store for $1, but I like some of these black and white images in here. But I'm not going to keep this whole magazine. I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool. These playwrights, those are pretty cool images and would make great image transfers, So I'm saying I can go through here, take my ruler and just rip this down and save that portion of the magazine. And I don't have to save the whole thing. So I've got this. I can tear off that excess on the side. Same thing on this side. And then I've got a really nice image that I think would be fun to use in my collage work, right? In my journal. So that's what my muse is telling me right now. I hope you're listening to your muse and doing what needs to be done in your studio. And I'll see you next month and tell you what my muse is up to then. So be sure and stop over to my creative year. We are continuing this for another year. It's been going on for the last couple of years. This is 2019, January, and see you soon, guys. Bye for now.